Hey there, English learners. Have you ever wondered how babies learn languages so naturally? They don't sit in classrooms or memorize grammar rules. So, why can't we do the same while learning English?
That's right, Alex. Babies learn by listening, imitating, and practicing in real life situations. In today's podcast, we'll teach you how to learn English just like a baby simple, fun, and natural.
Stay with us, because we'll also have a detailed conversation packed with idioms, phrases, and new vocabulary. And don't forget, there's a free PDF in the description with all the words, idioms, and phrases we'll discuss today.
Plus, we'll share amazing facts, ask you a fun question to answer in the comments, and finish with a quick Q&A session to test your learning. So, hit the like button and let's dive in. Alex, have you ever wondered why babies are so good at learning languages?
All the time, Hazel. Babies are like tiny language experts. They don't sit down with textbooks or practice grammar rules, yet they learn perfectly. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. They're always soaking it all in. They start by listening to the world around them before they even try to speak. That's something adults can learn from. Listening is such an underrated skill.
I agree. It's like the idiom soak it all in. Babies absorb everything, even if they don't understand it yet. Adults often feel like they need to understand every single word, but that's not how it works.
Exactly. Think about how babies first learn words. They don't start with complex sentences. They hear simple, repetitive words like mom or milk. They connect those words to what they see and feel.
That's so true. It's all about context, isn't it? Like when a parent says, "Look, a dog," and points to the dog. The baby doesn't memorize the word. They connect it to the furry animal in front of them.
And they're not afraid to make mistakes. Babies will say baba instead of bottle, and no one corrects them harshly. They just keep practicing.
That's where adults often struggle. We feel self-conscious or embarrassed when we make mistakes. But mistakes are a natural part of learning.
Definitely. You know the phrase, practice makes perfect? Babies embody that. They repeat what they hear over and over until they get it right.
That's why I love shadowing. It's like mimicking what you hear, repeating sentences to practice pronunciation and rhythm.
That's a brilliant method. For example, if you hear someone say, "How are you?" you can repeat, "How are you?" exactly as they say it. It's like being a baby and copying sounds.
Exactly. It helps train your brain to think in English. Another thing babies do is learn gradually. They don't cram. They explore language naturally every day, like planting seeds and letting them grow.
That's so important. Adults often try to cram vocabulary lists, but that doesn't work long term. Babies learn at their own pace. It's a reminder to be patient.
Right? And their curiosity is incredible. They're always pointing at things and asking, "What's this?" That curiosity drives them to learn.
Adults can do that too. When you see something, ask yourself, how do I say this in English? Or even look it up. Curiosity keeps you learning.
And don't forget about exposure. Babies are surrounded by language all the time. Adults can recreate that by listening to English podcasts, watching movies, or even changing their phone settings to English.
That's a great tip. Immersion is key. Even if you're not in an English-speaking country, you can create an English environment for yourself.
Absolutely. And let's talk about fear. Babies are fearless. They babble and try new sounds without worrying about being judged. Adults can learn so much from that attitude.
Fear of failure is such a roadblock. It's like the phrase, nothing ventured, nothing gained. If you don't take risks, you won't learn.
Exactly. Learning a language is like climbing a mountain. It's tough, but every small step gets you closer to the top.
That's a great metaphor. One last thing about babies. They learn in chunks. Instead of learning individual words, they pick up phrases like "I want water" or "Where is mom?"
That's why learning phrases is more effective than memorizing single words. For example, instead of just learning thank, learn "thank you for your help" or "thanks a lot." Soak it all in to absorb information or experiences completely. Example: when visiting a new country, take time to soak it all in.
Context. the situation or setting in which something happens. Example, learning words in context makes them easier to remember.
Self-conscious. Being overly aware of how others perceive you. Example, she felt self-conscious about her accent, but she kept practicing.
Practice makes perfect. Repeating something will lead to improvement over time. Example, keep practicing your English. Remember, practice makes perfect.
Shadowing a technique where you listen to a sentence and immediately repeat it. Example, he improved his pronunciation by shadowing podcasts.
Cram, to try to learn a large amount of information in a short time. Example, instead of cramming vocabulary, learn a few words every day.
Curiosity, a strong desire to learn or know something. Example, her curiosity about English led her to watch movies in English.
Fearless without fear or hesitation. Example, be fearless when speaking English. It's okay to make mistakes.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained. You have to take risks to achieve something. Example, he spoke English at work, even though he was nervous. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Immersion, surrounding yourself completely in a language or culture. Example, watching English TV shows is a great way to create language immersion.
Did you know babies start recognizing their native language while still in the womb? Amazing, right?
And they learn by hearing 30,000 words a day. Imagine how quickly you could improve by exposing yourself to that much English daily.
Here's another cool fact. Babies' brains are wired to learn any language. So, no matter how old you are, your brain can still adapt to new languages.
Here's a question for you. What's your favorite way to learn English? Is it listening to music, watching movies, or practicing with a friend?
Share your answer in the comments. We'd love to hear your tips and tricks for learning English.
Let's answer some common questions. How long does it take to learn English like a baby?
Babies take a few years, but as adults, you can learn faster with consistent practice.
What's the best way to practice speaking?
Shadowing, joining language groups, or even talking to yourself in English.
Should I study grammar like babies?
No need to obsess over grammar. Focus on speaking and listening first. If you found this helpful, check out the videos linked on the end screen. They'll take your English to the next level.
And don't forget to download the free PDF in the description for step-by-step guidance on learning English like a baby.
Make sure to subscribe for more practical tips and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update.
Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. Let's enjoy the process together.